Hi, this is a video presentation of my research design on a CEFR topic of my interest. I am Rosaria binti Zainuddin, presenting to you the effectiveness of the new CEFR-aligned English textbook syllabus in Malaysian ESL classroom. I hope my area of interest will spark interest and likes for future researchers and motivate Malaysian textbook designers to develop CEFR resources for Malaysian ESL classrooms. This interest is due to the fact that our Ministry of Education resorted to the use of CEFR-aligned textbooks by Macmillan and Cambridge in 2018, as they were unable to produce local content textbooks in replacement of the local developed textbook in time. What is CEFR? CEFR is a framework which is able to assist learners, teachers, course designers, examining bodies, and educational administrators to an international standard to describe individuals' language ability. CEFR is a series of descriptions of abilities that can be applied to all languages across Europe, as inspired by the Council of Europe in 2001. It is believed to be a practical description, in this case it is English, of how learners can be expected to use English at each level of the CEFR. The language ability is described on a 6-point scale, level A1 and A2, to represent basic users. Level B1 and B2 represent independent users or intermediate, and level C1 and C2 for proficient users or advanced proficiency. By the end of the day, the Ministry aimed to achieve the Malaysian CEFR target sets for each state. And this is cited in Malaysian Education Blueprint 2013 to 2015. Stage 1, teacher education, the target is C2. University level, the target is B2 or C1. Post-secondary school level, the target is B2. Secondary school level, the target is B1 or B2. Primary school level, the target is A2. And the preschool level, the target is A1. Research design. There are 4 research objectives that emerge from this discussion to investigate whether the new CEFR-aligned English textbook syllabus related to local culture and environment. 2. To investigate whether the new CEFR-aligned English textbook portrays national identity. 3. To investigate whether the new CEFR-aligned English textbook able to cater the needs of all types of learners. 4. To investigate whether the level of vocabulary is suitable for student-centered, that is the complexity of the vocabulary in the new CEFR-aligned English textbook. In parallel to the research objectives, there are 4 research questions that need to be answered in this study. The first research question is the new CEFR-aligned English textbook syllabus related to the local culture and environment? The second research question is the new CEFR-aligned English textbook portrays national identity? The third research question is the new CEFR-aligned English textbook able to cater the needs of all types of learners? Last but not least, the fourth research question. Is the level of vocabulary suitable for student-centered, that is the complexity of vocabulary in the new CEFR-aligned English textbook? In order to investigate the effectiveness of the new CEFR-aligned English textbook syllabus in Malaysian ESL classroom, it is important to know the important role of the textbook. As cited from Tricia 2016, it is important for the teachers and policymakers to know the role of the textbook and language acquisition. Therefore, to select a textbook, teachers and policymakers need to take into consideration on its effectiveness to promote language acquisition in this case. Richard 2005 also mentioned that English textbook should be able to provide various activities that can help pupils to learn English in the classroom. A text should be able to cater the mixed ability pupils in our classrooms and provide activities that are meaningful and motivate L2 learning. Textbook can be defined as any types of books and made and published for education, or any books that can act as a teaching tool in the classroom. Learning 2011. Thus, effective textbooks with effective activities accommodate teachers to use as teaching tools. Curinsworth, 1995, states that a textbook should be able to help pupils to do self-directed learning, help teachers to present materials effectively, a source of ideas and activities, act as a reference for pupils, contain syllabus that will help teachers to achieve learning objectives, and help the novice teachers to gain confidence to teach the pupils. An effective textbook assists pupils to feel engaged with the lessons and are able to engage with the language. They will be able to apply the knowledge and use the target language in their daily life. Kelikaya 2004 believes that a textbook is to be authentic enough for the pupils to feel engaged with the language. These authentic materials are the materials that give exposure to real language and use it in its own community. As Malaysia is a multicultural country, it is important to localize the textbook content and illustrations to help pupils to appreciate their own culture and others around them, thus interacting people's attention and help to relate to their culture and environment is very important. One of the guidelines to have good instructional material is that the content should be relevant and the culture in the textbook is suitable with the students. Imparted by Gretchen, 2003. Kelikaya 2004 believes that a textbook is to be authentic enough for the pupils to feel engaged with the language. These authentic materials are the materials that give exposure to real language and use it in its own community. As Malaysia is a multicultural country, it is important to localize the textbook content and illustrations to help pupils to appreciate their own culture and others around them, thus interacting people's attention and help to relate to their culture and environment is very important. Gretchen, 2003, added, a good instructional material should be able to be used by a variety of learning styles and suitable for variety grouping strategies. As CFR relevance, Matt 2019 stated that CFR facilitate interaction between stakeholders in language education, that is teachers, learners, school managers, curriculum designers, textbook writers, and testing agencies. CEFR-aligned English textbooks are being used in Malaysian schools following the standard curricula for primary and secondary education as stated by Chin 2018. The research approach suggested for this study will be quantitative method. While the method of data collection will be questionnaires of 20 questions with 5 Likert scales, and by using Google Forms via WhatsApp. The suggested number of samples will be 20 secondary school English teachers in Ceras, Batu Sembilan, Selangor. The sampling technique of this study will be using questionnaire questions with 2 sections. Section 1 will consist of 9 questions on physical makeup of the textbook, and Section 2 will be of 11 questions on the practical concerns. As for the data analysis, I'm opting to use statistical method with verbatim SPSS version 23 for iOS. Data analysis will help the basic analysis of the data, reading the means and the p-value of statistic data, interpret inferential statistic, and narrate the construction of data. I hope this research design will help Malaysian syllabus designers and policymakers to revise, adjust, and modify the CEFR textbook without omitting the good qualities of the textbook and eliminating and adjusting its weaknesses. And this discussion will stimulate and lead to further ideas and studies on how to maximize the potential of CEFR offers to uplift and the level of education to international standards, as Hazita Azman 2016 also shared. Lastly, It is on advantage if the stakeholders to assess and address the effectiveness of the new CEFR-aligned English textbook syllabus in Malaysian ESL classroom in implementing CEFR innovation through further research and intervention. With that, I thank you.